Alrighty guys, so welcome back to the channel. Today we have another piece of wood. So here we have an English walnut tree, and there we have a matching piece of wood that's gonna be a smaller end table, but this is gonna be my desk table. So we've got 3.9 board feet here, and this piece is going to turn out killer. So first things first, we're gonna get it out on the deck so that I can sand it down and start to see which side is gonna be my top side, which side is gonna be my bottom side. Just take a look real quick at how beautiful this piece of wood is already turning out. So you can see where it was all stained. We've burned through one piece of sandpaper and not quite a battery yet. So I'm just gonna finish the battery off on this piece, and then I've got a whole stack here, and we will get this thing looking good, and we'll check in with you guys in just a minute. Alrighty guys, so it is just about to get dark out here. We got spring coming up, so it's getting dark a little bit later, but I wanted to show you guys an update real quick before it goes dark and we have to break into tomorrow. So it looks like I have a little bit left right here to go, and the rest of it is looking really, really good. We got maybe a piece right there, and then a couple little pieces here and there. So I've got one more piece of 80 grit to go over this with, and then we'll bump up to 160 grit, and then we will move up from there. Alrighty guys, so it is the next day, and well, our table is looking great. Like honestly, without anything besides just sanding, and so far we've done down to a 220 grit, it looks just incredible. So now I'm gonna get it pulled out in the sun, because in the shade it's actually still a little cold. I think it's like 20 degrees today. We're gonna pull that out there in the sun. I gotta get the car put back in the garage so I don't get that all dusty, and then we are gonna get to finishing this table because the legs should be here in like 2 or 3 days. Okay, so now it's time to get the bottom side of it sanded up and see which one we want to use as the top or bottom. As you can see, we're starting to get past all this weathering on the outside, and it's starting to look really good. I've started to get this one, and this one's pretty close. Just that I need to sand down a little more to get some of those cut marks out. But anyway, I ran out of sandpaper, so we're just waiting on Sam to get back with some. She was already in town, so she said she would pick it up for me so I didn't have to make a trip. And then we're gonna get this all sanded up, polished, and then ready for some polyurethane. Okay, so we got it all sanded down with our 120. Now we're gonna go ahead and hit it with our 400 grit palm sander. Okay, now that I've got it hit with the 400 grit sandpaper, I'm gonna move it over here onto the concrete. I'm gonna burn the bottom of this. I've never burnt walnut, so I don't know. I'm gonna try it with the bottom. Alrighty, so now, as you can see there, I've already applied a layer of polyurethane base coat, and Kenai is hanging out with us watching it dry. I'm gonna go ahead and apply one of this, and this is gonna be the bottom side of the table. I experimented some burning with it, and I don't really like the way it turned out. I think it actually looks better with this, just without the burn. So we'll see which one I like after the coat's on, and then we'll make our final decision what we're gonna do on the top. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and get this one sealed up. Okay, so I sanded the pieces and stained them, and as I stained them, it got dark on the outside. So now I've moved them in, and also it got cold, so I have turned the heater on. I'm gonna close the garage door and let this polyurethane seal. Again, these are the bottoms, and then as soon as the legs get here, we will finish the tops. So that kind of wraps it up for today. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Yes, guys, the UPS guy showed up with the package, and it looks like both sets of the table legs showed up. So we're gonna be able to wrap those up today and finish up this vlog. Okay, so the legs for the smaller table came in, and these are perfect. These are very, very durable. Now, these are flimsier than the ones that I thought we had ordered. These are not going to work at all. You can see I can bend them like that. Those aren't gonna do it. So we're gonna go ahead and order the right ones or better ones, and then we're gonna wrap up the other table in the meantime. Now we're gonna go ahead and figure out what placement we want on these, and we're gonna go ahead and get our holes marked. So I'll kind of just start setting them in, and then I'll go through, once I decide the final place, I'll go through with a black marker and I'll put a spot in each of these holes, and then I'll go through and pre-drill them just a little bit so that we don't get any splitting in the wood, and then I'll catch in with you guys in just a sec. All right, so this is how the legs are gonna look while they're on the table. Each side is offset just a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and get the holes marked. Probably gonna pull this one in just a tiny bit so it's right off the edge, just like that. I'm gonna go ahead and get the holes marked, and we'll catch you guys in just a sec. As you can see, we have our holes marked out there. Now we're gonna get to drilling. All right, so I went ahead and flipped the table over. Did have a little bit of that seal come through that crack, but that's okay because we wanted it to hold this piece on together. So I put a little extra in there. Now we'll be able to just sand and polish the rest of this. Alrighty guys, so today is the day that we finish the 2 tables. So these have been taking up space in my garage forever. This is one of my next projects that I'm working on, saltwater tank. That's for our new project that we have coming in next month. But the legs are here. Ladies and gentlemen, check this out. The legs came in. These are a lot heavier duty. So these are 1/2 inch instead of 1/4 inch rods. So these are gonna hold up the weight of this walnut table a lot better. So I don't know exactly where we're gonna put these. I gotta pull these out into the sun because, well, it's warm today. Look at it out here, middle of March. It's like 45 degrees, sunny, and no wind. And it is Utah, so give it 5 minutes and that will change. I don't know if you guys can really tell or not, but that table looks like glass and it hasn't even been sealed or like anything yet. Like, it just looks so good. So good. So now we've got the legs in place on the big table, which is going to be used as my desk, and we are going to mark out the holes, and you guys know the drill. Alrighty guys, so the legs are all on and the table is looking great. I can't wait to get it flipped over and show you guys what the other side looks like. More importantly, I can't wait to get it polished and see what it looks like after it's finished. You can kind of see how smooth they're looking if you look down the way. So this is just with 1000 grit polished sandpaper. Now I am going to try and get as many of these imperfections out as I can with an 600 and then an 800 and then 1000. Alrighty guys, so went ahead and knocked everything out with 1000 grit sandpaper, and honestly, you guys would probably think that there was some type of sealant on top of it if you didn't know that there wasn't. It's looking really good. Got this one knocked out with one final last sand too to get all the little scratches out. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get the polyurethane mixed up, pouring through the filter and ready to go, and then we're gonna get it laid on. Beautiful day out here. We got 50 degrees in Utah, mid-March. For the sides, I'm gonna be using this semi-gloss clear, and the only reason I'm not using a high gloss is because this is all I have, and I'm gonna use this up before I buy any more. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this on the side and start to get those coated up a little bit. Go ahead and hit this real quick, and you'll start to see the difference that it makes. Okay, so the tables are done. Now they're drying. I'm gonna eat some lunch, and then I'll show you guys what they look like. Sadie, grab some grain. Sadie.
Oh, they're heavy.
Yeah, we're getting big, huh? There you go, Sadie. Oh! Kina, you scared him. Alrighty, guys, so this is the final product. That's what it looks like, all clear coated now that all that polyurethane is settled, and it just looks incredible. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one.